Misha's Big English Adventure. Hello, my name is Misha, and I am 20 years old. I am from India, where we mostly speak Hindi. I have big news. I got into a college in America. It's so exciting, but I was a little nervous too because everyone there speaks English, and I don't know much English yet. Before I came to America, I knew some basic English words, like hello, goodbye, and thank you. But that's not enough to understand my teachers or talk to new friends. I knew I would have to practice a lot to get better. So, I promised myself I would work hard and learn English. When I first arrived at my new college, everything felt so big and different. There were tall buildings, so many students, and everyone was speaking in English. My teacher said, "Welcome, Misha." I smiled and said, "Hello." I wanted to say more, but I wasn't sure how to say it in English. In my first class, I tried to listen carefully to the teacher. She spoke in English, and I could only understand a few words. She said things like class, homework, and study. I felt a little lost, but I kept listening and taking notes, hoping I would understand more soon. At lunch, I went to the cafeteria. There were so many new foods to try, and I didn't know what some of them were called. A girl sat next to me and asked, "Where are you from?" I smiled and said, "I am from India." She smiled back and said, "Wow, that's cool." She asked me more questions, but it was hard to answer because I didn't know all the words. I hoped that one day, I'd be able to talk with her and make friends more easily. After classes, I decided to practice English on my own. I watched videos online where people spoke slowly and used simple words. They would say things like apple, friend, and college. I listened and repeated the words out loud. Apple, friend, college. Each day, I learned a little more, and it felt good. One day, my teacher noticed that I was trying hard. She said, "Misha, you're doing great. Keep practicing." She gave me some easy books to read. They had pictures and simple sentences like, "The cat is on the mat." I read the books every night before bed, and it helped me learn more words. As I practiced, I started to feel a little more comfortable. I learned how to say simple sentences like, "My name is Misha, and I am from India." I also learned how to ask questions like, "Can you help me?" And "What is this?" These sentences helped me a lot in school and around my new campus. One day in class, the teacher asked a question, and I thought I knew the answer. I raised my hand and said the answer in English. My classmates looked at me, surprised, and the teacher said, "Good job, Misha." I felt so proud. It was my first time speaking up in class, and it felt amazing. After that, I wanted to try speaking more. At lunch, I sat with some classmates and tried to have a small conversation. I said, "How are you?" And they answered, "Good." "How are you?" I said, "I am good too." It was just a short talk, but it made me so happy. I was finally starting to make friends and talk in English. Sometimes, I would go to the library to study English. I found books with lots of pictures and easy words. I would read them slowly, trying to understand each word. I learned words like sun, tree, and happy. Reading helped me feel like I was improving a little every day. My teacher also gave me new words to learn each week. She would write them down and say, "Try to learn these words, Misha. I know you can do it." I would practice those words until I could remember them. Words like friend, college, and homework. Each new word made me feel more confident. One weekend, we went on a school trip to a park. Everyone was talking, and I wanted to join in. I listened carefully, and when someone said something funny, I laughed along. Then, one of my friends said, "Misha, do you want to play a game?" I understood. I smiled and said, "Yes." We played together, and I felt so happy to be part of the group. As time went on, I started to understand more in class too. I could follow what the teacher was saying, and I didn't feel as lost. My friends would help me if I didn't understand something, and I could ask questions like, "What does this mean?" I felt like I was really becoming part of my new college. One night, I called my family back in India and told them all about my progress. I said, "Mom, I can talk to my friends in English now." My mom was so proud and said, "We're so proud of you, Misha. Keep working hard." Hearing that made me feel even more excited to keep learning. Now, I feel much better about speaking English. I still make mistakes, but I know that's okay. My teachers and friends are always there to help me, and every day I learn new words. I am happy to be here in America, and I am excited to keep learning and making new friends. Thank you for reading my story. I hope it inspires you to try new things and keep learning, just like I did.